And we're live. Yay! Well, I guess today is going to be all about more speaker reels. I started off this week talking about, just a great speaker reel versus just a cookie cutter putting things together, and decided today I'd like to go live because as we're building speaker reels, I just wanted to share with you the footage that we love to get as a production company, right? Like it comes in and there's so much behind the storytelling and all that kind of things. But today I really want to talk about the B-roll. And for those of you who don't know what B-roll is, the B-roll, this is my 23 years of video experience coming to life, is the B-roll is the footage that goes on top of the voiceover or whatever you hear. So there is A roll, that's your main roll, and B roll. And so if I think about it like this, if you're watching a weather person and they're talking, that's A roll. When they cut to a screen showing you a hurricane, that's B roll. And so what I want to talk about, because the B roll basically makes your entire speaker reel sing, it's the stuff. And these are the 7 things I'm going to share that really build anticipation in your speaker reel, and it infuses that sense of human connection, which is so important because your speaker reel needs to stand out and speak, pun totally intended, to the event host, right? The person who is choosing you to speak. They want to know, what does my audience get? And that's not just your expertise, right? There's lots of people with a lot of expertise trying to book stages. Um, it's your personality and it's the magic that you bring to the stage. And so I'm going to share right now my 7 favorite shots that we ask our speakers to provide when we are editing together their speaker reel. Um, and so the first one is getting mic'd up. Why is this important? It's anticipation. And so, again, a lot of times when we're talking about speaking on stages, you have your in-house team, right? They're the camera guys, the AV team, all of them. They are capturing only your talk. And that's great because we need that, right? Like that's going to help us build the story. We want as much footage of that as possible. However, they are not going to get footage of you getting mic'd and some of the other ones. So enlist a friend, hire a production company just to have a camera guy there to get you these things that we need for the speaker reel. We get hired all the time just to get these speaker things. So getting mic'd up is such a good one. I like to get, like, again, anything I say for B-roll, different angles of it, right? Like it's the PA coming in to mic you up from this angle, and then you're going to come in and get it from like a close-up of that, because you never know how we can, with sound effects, put those together. The other one is walking up on stage. And yes, you'll get a far shot of you walking up on stage, and that's part of, what I call the canned footage. But what about actually having the camera follow you up onto stage? Right? That's such a great shot. And then my third one is, while we're there getting you up on stage, is have that camera person come on low and get get your shoes, get your feet walking across stage. These are really important. The close-ups of the legs and the shoes, it adds depth and dimension to your speaker reel. And that's what we're really looking for. Again, right? Like, we're building a story about why they should choose you. We're building anticipation. It's called a speaker sizzle reel for a reason. We need it to sizzle, and these are the shots that are going to make it sizzle. Another one I love, and this is number 4, is when you pan down from a light to you speaking. Again, you can't direct the person the hotel AV team, and be like, hey, when I get on stage, can you pan down from the light to, no, their job is to just stay on you and follow you on stage. So you really do need an additional videographer to get these shots for you. But it's such a great thing because in the camera, it'll blow out, right? And then it'll focus again and come down on you. And it's just such a beautiful shot and looks so professional. Another one that I love is a speaker in an empty room. It gives us before and after. And the way we do this is we usually turn the speaker around so you see all of the seating ready and the stage behind them, and they can kind of do like a, like I'm waiting to go up on stage, something like that. That gives, again, the anticipation. I'm excited to be here and speak. That's what I want. Hi. Um, and so the other one is candid moments, and this is going to get all lumped together. You want candid moments before and after the speech. Like, how are you as a speaker? Do you interact with the audience? The answer should be yes. You should be you should absolutely be interacting with the people who are there to see you. And so these are the hugs, the signing, um, brainstorming ideas, answering questions. I had a great one where, the speaker was actually went around to the table, and you see her kind of, talking to the table, and they're all like, oh my gosh, so amazing. The speaker's at our table, right? Those types of things. I have another shot that I absolutely love, which is one of our speakers was in the back of the room working on her own presentation while someone else was speaking. And this shows that she's there and she's watching the other speakers. And what I found out later, what she was doing is actually integrating what other speakers had said on the stage into her own presentation, which I think is just genius. But again, these are the types of things that we love to see as a production company for your speaker reels. Then you have the behind the scenes for your prep, like capturing the moments where you're gathering your thoughts, or, I I'm going to go off on a tiny tangent here where you see people like jumping up and down, stuff like that. By the way, it's the worst thing you can do before you go on stage. You're wasting your energy. You're changing your energy. I suggest that you do Nadi Shodhana breathing, which is single nostril breathing. But again, whatever it is you do, whether it's just grounding yourself, thinking, looking over your notes, whatever that is, those, like, again, you care about what you're doing on stage, and we want footage of that, right? Because it just builds that human connection. And again, event hosts are looking for that. Like, I don't just want someone who knows their crap and get up on stage. We all know our crap. I want someone who's going to get up on stage and really engage the audience. And that's this footage, right? So those are the 7 moments I want you to capture the next time. I mean, oftentimes we'll be working with a speaker and say, when's the next time you're speaking? You need to have someone capture this, or we'll come capture this for you. So again, it's the getting mic'd up, the walking on stage, following up on stage, the close up of your shoes and legs going and walking up the steps, or whatever that looks like, walking across the stage, the pan down from the lights to you speaking. And this, again, when you hire someone separately to do these things, they can do as many as you want from different angles to see what works. You can never have too much B-roll. That is, 23 years of production. You can never have too much B-roll. The other one is the speaker in the empty room. I love that one. And then candid moments before and after the speech. That's with your audience. And then the last one is the behind the scenes for your prep. So that is what I recommend as somebody who works on speaker reels. And again, the way we work with our speakers, it is not cookie cutter. So many of our speakers work with PR companies who cookie cutter something together as part of the package. And my favorite story is someone who came from a PR company, and the subject line was, "Does this suck? I think it sucks." And what she sent me was what the PR company had created for her as her speaker reel, her sizzle reel. And the production quality was outstanding. It was so good. It was so pretty. And it absolutely did not tell a story about who this speaker was at all. So she ditched it and she hired us, because what we're doing is we're assessing every piece of footage, picture, logos, any of those types of things. What is the story you are trying to tell? And how do you serve an audience? And that is what needs to shine through. And everybody's speaker reel is going to be a little bit different. So anyway, if you don't want a cookie cutter reel and you're interested, just go ahead and reach out to me. I'm happy to talk you through, what we require, or if you're even ready for a speaker reel. And if not, we'll talk about what you need to collect in order to be ready to do that. So anyway, like I said, it started with speaker reel Monday. I guess it's speaker reel Wednesday. And again, I'm here if you have any questions about speaker reels, video in general, testimonials. I'm just your overall video strategist gal. So I'm happy to chat, and I will see you next week. Have a great day. And